crap. This is what you get for making a video while you're driving. Okay, hola, ¿cómo están todos? I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to actually post this or if I'm just going to keep it for personal records, like part of my records. Because I do I do from time to time make like vlogs for myself. It's kind of like personal journaling, but through video. So I got wow. I felt myself start to get a little bit upset a few minutes ago. And I realized something about myself. And I think I've always known this, but not in these exact terms. Like, this is the first time I've thought about it, and actual words, like specific words, came to mind. So I view myself very much as a pursuer. Oh, that's a really nice car. I'm a pursuer. I pursue people. I pursue relationships. I pursue value. I pursue quality. I pursue careers, jobs, education, opportunities, money, to be honest. You know, like, I pursue a lot of stuff. And the reason why I don't have like a plethora, come on, woman, cross the street, please. Cross the street. Cross the street. Since you're in the middle of the street, cross it. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyways, I've never, I lost my spot, to be honest with you, but we'll just pick up here. I've always been okay with being alone. I don't have a problem with being alone. And the reason why I don't have a problem with it is because I don't want to predominantly find my value in other people and what others think of me. And also, you know, growing up, I was a little bit of a loner, if I'm honest. And the third reason is that being alone, I get to recharge myself. I get to replenish my energy. That's how I recharge. Some people charge up by being around other people and keeping themselves busy and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I recharge by being alone. I like to read. I like to listen to music. I like to do art. I like to sing, design, coordinate things. I have an Erin Condren planner, and one of the highlights of my Mondays, even though I hate Mondays, but one of my highlights of Monday is that I get to go in my handy dandy planner. I get to write down all the things I did over the weekend. I get to check off things that I had on my to-do list, and I get to make new plans for the week, but specifically for the day. And that makes me happy. And I do it alone. It's not something I do in a group of people or anything like that. And I also recognize the fact that the older you get, the less time you have for things. You know, when we're younger, we have time just laying around at our disposal. I don't know what I said before, but it's been a little bit of a long day. I had church and then I went to go do some work. My feet hurt, so I'm currently sitting in my car with no shoes on because my tacones were killing my feet. TMI, you really didn't need to know that, but whatever. That's just how I communicate. And so I get it. As you get older, you have more responsibilities. You have jobs. I did say jobs because a lot of us have more than one job to attend to. Like, for example, my weekend is supposed to be my time to rest, but in reality, I just use it to rest from my main job. But I still have things that I do on the side for extra income, and a lot of times, because I don't have that much time during the week, they get done on the weekends. So I get it. So not a lot of us, some of us are married, like in my main group of friends. Some of us are married, some of us have relationships to tend to, some of us have children, so pets, other family members and other friends to attend to, church and church commitments and all that stuff. But And I'm not like patting myself on the back here or anything. I'm only human and I have many flaws. But one thing that I can honestly say is I do try my best to still make sure that I'm a part of my friends' lives. If you're valuable to me, it doesn't matter if we see each other once a week, once a month, well, hopefully not once a year. That's pretty sad. But, sometimes that is the case, especially if you have friends who move to other states or maybe another country. You might not be able to see them once a week or once a month. It might be a once a year thing or once every few years, I respect that, whatever. But I'm just saying in general, I usually do a pretty good job at trying to keep in touch with people, maintaining relationships with people. And I did go through a time where my life was just all over the place and I had to figure my stuff out. And the pandemic did not help because it really did put things into perspective. It's like, if you are literally not part of my day-to-day life, like I don't work with you, I don't live near you, we don't have similar functions that we attend, we really didn't see each other. And sometimes we didn't even speak to each other unless there was someone's birthday or a holiday or something like that. That's when we would see each other and speak to each other and catch up. And when you're talking about maintaining friendships, it's just like when you work out. You might work out and get to your ideal weight, your ideal physique, but after that, there needs to be maintenance done to keep your body looking the way that you do. If you slack, you're going to regress. You're going to go back to the body that you did not want, that you did not like. And it's the same thing with relationships. We get lazy. We assume that the people are always going to be around when we want them to be around. And that may not be the case. And no one's a mind reader. But again, things about the people you put yourself around because you speak to them, you talk to them, you see them on a regular daily basis. So if you do something that they don't like, they can inform you about that. If you do something that they enjoy, you're equally going to get feedback about that. But if you're not talking to them on a regular, if you're not seeing them on a regular, for all you know, there could have been some beef like a year ago where they felt slighted by you or something. And because you guys don't make time for each other, you didn't know. And as time went by, there's a saying, how am I going to bring it up and then not even know how it goes? Out of sight, out of mind. And so for a lot of us as adults, life gets in the way. And literally, if I do not see you or speak to you, I'm not thinking about you. And I'm saying that in a general sense because that doesn't happen to me very often, but it does happen. And like I said, the pandemic did not help at all because we were keeping our distance from people that we would normally happily and very frequently go visit. So it forced us to be more intentional with our motives and spending time with each other and nurturing our relationships. But so going back to my original topic, which all of that plays into, I felt myself getting upset because I probably went down the best time for me to catch up with people, if I'm honest with you, through phone calls is when I'm driving. Because once I get home or once I reach my other destination, I'm not going to have time to call and speak to somebody, or I want to relax and be left alone. Like, today's Sunday, tomorrow I have to go back to work, like my main job. Today I did something where I got to choose how many hours I dedicated to it. But tomorrow, I have no say in that. I have to go in at this time. I don't get off again until that time. So, once I get in this house, like, I'm probably just going to want to do things that allow me to chill and not have to think too much and preserve as much energy as possible. And yeah, so ideally, that's not a good time for me to be on the phone with somebody. So I'm driving on my way home and I probably made about roughly 7 phone calls. One person in particular I had to call several times and I'm like, come on, bruh. Brudette. Should I start calling girls brudette? No, that's stupid. I'm so... Anyways, so, what's the point? See, my brain is already shutting down on me. It's like, you want to get to the point? You're not going to get to the point? I'm going to go sleep. Yeah, so I probably called about 7 people with the intention of catching up with them or making plans with them, whether that be today or later on this week or next weekend or whatever. And some of these people, not everybody, but some of these people are the same people who will, when we do finally catch up, they'll make statements to me about how, we need to see each other, we need to spend time together, we need to be more intentional, or, or they've lost respect for other people who, have really showed their true colors during the pandemic, and they haven't reached out to them, and they haven't cared what they've been up to, and, they've been personally struggling with some things alone because no one bothered to reach out to them. And it's just like, damn, that really sucks. I can empathize with you because the same thing somewhat happened to me. Luckily, I have those very few loyal ones who they've been in contact with me and I've been in contact with them. But there are some of those people who you really think you're building or nurturing a relationship, and you hit a point in your relationship where you just stop hearing from them. You don't hear from them anymore. And it sucks because it's like a lot of these people, like, you were there for them in their time of need, or they were there for you in your time of need. And now they're practically nowhere to be found. And it's just very hurtful. It's very hurtful. It's kind of like those people who blow up out of nowhere, they get famous or whatever. And all of a sudden, those people who were not really all that interested, now all of a sudden they want to claim them. They want to be like, yeah, I went to school with that person, or yeah, that used to be my friend, or we're friends, we're still friends. And it's like, no, you know me now because of my status. But when I wasn't that important, I also was not important to you. There's a difference. My ride or dies, so to speak, they've been there the whole time. But you went ghost on me a long time ago, and now you want to reappear and resurrect yourself in my life because now I'm important enough for you to do so. And so, yeah, anyways, it's just, I just felt myself getting upset when I was calling people. And it's like, yes, just because it's Sunday doesn't mean that people don't have to work. Those of the people who I called who have families to tend to, they're probably with their families. And whether we want to talk about it or not, there is a natural mental prioritization that goes on with people and events in our lives. And so if you do have a family, meaning you have a husband or a wife, and or you have a husband or wife and you have kids, you're not going to have that much time to throw out. You need more of a heads up if someone wants to talk to you or hang out with you, because you might literally be in the middle of something, and in that moment you are prioritizing the people you are physically with over the person who wants to catch up with you real quick over the phone. I get that, but it's still sad. It's still sad. Because if I see that someone's trying to reach out to me or whatever, I might not pick up my phone. I might be in the middle of something as well, or I just might not want to be talking on the phone. But then I'll try to call you back later or send you a text. I don't just leave you hanging. And then the next time we talk, you have to listen to me telling you how you need to reach out more. It's like, no, I did reach out when and it was very much with intentions, and you did not pick up, nor did you bother to follow up afterwards. So why are you coming at me like this? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like with my particular friends around our age group, it's like we really are at a point in time where it's not that easy to make friends. Especially if you're not this huge social butterfly and you are a little bit more introverted, or a lot more introverted. It's harder to make friends because it's not like we're going to school Monday through Friday and that's our life. Maybe we have a little rink-a-dink job on the side, but we're not like out here actually supporting ourselves. You know what I mean? Like back in the day when we were in high school or whatever. So yeah, it's just going to be harder. It's definitely going to be harder. Like I said, if you don't have coworkers or other people where you can constantly be meeting people and speaking to people and building relationships with people, and even nowadays, probably it's not even the best idea to be friends with your coworkers either, because, excuse me, I thought I made a few friendships over the years with ex-coworkers, well, coworkers at the time, you know, of mine. And yeah, there are a little sprinkle of them that I keep in touch with and they keep in touch with me. But for the most part, like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes we're just a little more skeptical of our coworkers, because it's like, I don't know if I want you following me on social media, because you might be going, you know, going back and giving information and details about, I don't know. Or like you're hesitant about telling personal information with coworkers because they somehow can turn around and use that against you or whatever. So, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Like, sometimes coworkers are cool, and I feel like we know now at this age which ones we can trust and which ones we can't. Get off my cart. Oh my gosh. And what? Does that happen to anybody else? When you press the thicky to get the stupid water to come out? Not water, but the windshield wiper fluid to come out, and it doesn't. So your bare freaking... Okay, you can stop now. Your bare wipers... Your bare wipers just scrape across the windshield wiper, and I'm like, bruh, I already see like annoying lines where it scraped itself dry across my windshield. Oh, that's so friggin' annoying. All I wanted to do was drown and wipe a bug to death, and you just did not come through. Anyways, but yeah, I'm practically done. I just had this epiphany, and it's been about 20 minutes now, and I still haven't heard back from any of those people that I called. And for those of you that I did call and you did actually pick up, or you called me back, obviously I'm not talking about you. But I'm talking about some of the others. It was just hurtful to not hear back in some way, shape, or form. And I don't know. You get really introspective about things the older you get. And you're like, you know, should I be intentionally making some new friends, or should I just keep giving grace to people that I've reached out to time and time and time again, and they never seem to get back to me? Like, you know, it should probably be a little bit of both, honestly. I'm at a point where I think I'm willing to start making new friendships, so that I can be pouring, so that people can be pouring equally into me as I am pouring into them. And it's not just like this one-sided bull crap that I've been experiencing for the past few years. But it is what it is. What are your thoughts? I'm very curious. What are your thoughts? And not just about my situation, but yours. Like, have you experienced this? What are you doing about it? What have you done about it in the past? Like, you know, just in general. If you care, if you even watched the whole video and know what it's about. But anyways, let me enjoy myself the rest of the day, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening. Bye.